Welcome to another episode of the Online Prosperity Experience podcast. You're about to hear your host, Prosper Taravinga's powerful digital marketing strategies and actionable tactics that you can use right now. Prosper has helped more than 50,000 people from over 10 countries to create meaningful businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. Listen to this podcast so that you too can build your own business with less stress and overwhelm. Let's get started.
Here's the secret to success. F-O-C-U-S. Focus. Right? Focus is just an acronym for follow one course until successful. You know, you can achieve anything that you want in your life. And I mean anything. You could be a pilot, you could be an astronaut, you could be a deep sea diver, you could be a mathematician, you could be a rocket scientist, you could be a brain surgeon, you could do anything. As long as it's humanly possible, you, my friend, can do it. And how do I know this? Because I know you can build a business that's profitable and enjoyable. I know you can build a career that you want. I know you can write and publish that book. And I know you can be a yoga instructor. You can be a health coach. You can be a wealth professor. You can be a relationship coach. You can travel the world. You can learn how to play the guitar. You can learn how to be the bonjo king of your city. And people can call you Bon Jovi. You can learn to speak Japanese. You can learn to speak Italian, German, whatever language you want to learn. You can do all these things in your lifetime, but you can't do them all at once. You can't do them all at the same time. And more importantly, you can't excel in any of these fields if you're not willing to invest consistent hours of redemptive learning and mastering the craft. And that's why I spelled out focus to depict and to be an acronym of follow one course until successful. Too often enough, it's a trap that a lot of coaches and consultants fall into. And right now, you're probably a relationship coach, but 2 weeks ago, you were doing health stuff, and you're probably doing relationship stuff, or you're doing wealth stuff, or whatever coaching you're doing at that time. We spread our energy too thin by giving, or giving time or going after many things at the same time. And as a result, we end up achieving zero, nothing. Right? I know this for sure. Personally, I've fallen victim into this kind of thinking a few times. When I first came to Australia, I wanted to be a model. I just wanted to be everything. And I ended up not being a master of it. You could be a jack of all trades, but a master of none. In my culture, we've got a proverb that says you can chase two rabbits, but you won't catch either of them. I repeat, if you chase two rabbits, you'll never catch any of them. Right, so this is nothing new. Do you know what I mean? I want you to create a business that's profitable and enjoyable, but you need to choose one thing. What is it that you want to be known for? What is it that people will be paying you for? What is it that you're actually going to be delivering outstanding results for your clients so they become loyal to you, so that they can sing their praises to their family, to their friends, to their colleagues at barbecues, or even strangers on a bus? What is that one thing? And that, my friend, is the secret to mastery. Because if you do one thing and you do it very well, and you do it every day, and you do it for years, you, my friend, will be among the top 1% of the people that can execute on that thing. And you can command any fees that you want. A reason why maybe you're cold calling clients right now or potential clients and having them hang up in your face is because they don't know who you are. They know somebody who's good in the category that you're claiming, but they don't know you, bruh. They don't know you, sis. You're probably sending out hundreds of emails without even getting as much as, hey, thank you, Prosper, for reaching out. You're probably spending hours and hours and hours on your podcast, and maybe you're not getting any subscriptions. You're wasting thousands and thousands of dollars on ad spend and not generating any qualified leads. It's because you haven't focused on one thing and people do not know what box to put you in. Let me tell you something. When you become known for something, it's easy for you to justify other people that are trying to do what you're doing, whatever failures that might be coming across on the way. And you can help them by actually helping them. You know why? Because you really know intimately. You become a subject matter expert in that one thing. You know, in our world, as coaches or consultants, you probably have friends or colleagues who always seem to, maybe they're onto something new each time that you talk to them. Today, they're talking about Bitcoin. Last week, they were talking about being a speaker. The last time you spoke to them, they were talking about some training that they're doing or an information product that they're putting out there or whatever expertise. And now they're into paid speaking gigs and things of that nature. And tomorrow, you hear them, being involved in different stages and, being tagged in photos on social media. And you just think, wow, where did they get that time? And guess what they're doing? They're just jumping on whatever latest trend that's, coming in, and they haven't actually discovered, who they really are. Or maybe they haven't actually taken the time to really buckle down and hone in on their craft. Some people are just fly-by-night coaches, and if it doesn't work for them, they go and do something else. There's so many people that started off as real estate agents, and, from there, they realized, they can get a license to be a mortgage broker. Then they moved on. They noticed they couldn't get leads from that, and now they may be going into financial planning, and the next year, they're coming in as a coach, and now they're a business coach, and when you meet them at a networking event, you're like, oh, so the market has gone up, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, my real estate stint was 3 seasons ago, and you're like, whoa, bruh, do you even do anything? And they always seem to be on some latest trend or shiny object, or they've discovered some amazing hidden opportunity, and sometimes maybe we envy their enthusiasm or their optimism, because, when they're trying to sell that thing to us, they seem so alive, they seem so curious, they seem so plugged into whatever is happening, and their eyes sparkle, and they have this level of energy which is contagious because they have drank the Kool-Aid and you haven't. And in fact, you pretty much want to do what they're doing. If you are not focused, if you don't stand for anything, let me tell you something. If you don't stand for anything, you fall for whatever. You become like, the politicians that just go for whatever thing that is in the market at that particular time. Yes, their level of energy might be contagious, but let me tell you something. They are boldly going nowhere fast, and they are really winning the race to the bottom. And you don't want to be in that race, And I have no doubt. In fact, you pretty much want to do what they're doing because it looks like fun. It looks like it's full of life because they're trying to sell themselves into the new thing that they're doing. And, it looks like they're making a living, but half of the time, they're just there for the paycheck. But when you actually step back and look at them more carefully, you can actually see that they're not particularly successful. They may have a website that is maybe 2 years old and nobody has even given them a testimonial, but, you hear what they say about themselves, And sometimes they seem like they're just making enough money to get by. You know the kind of people that I'm talking about. People that don't quite have a process. People that don't quite have any purpose that they're actually fulfilling or any solutions that they are known for. And they're always looking for that one big thing, but they never seem to find it or, wrap their fingers around it. Why is my question now? Why aren't they achieving much of this success. And I'm saying success, with utmost love and respect. You want to define success in the way that you define your own success. And if they're not successful, with their family or their relationships or their spiritual, physical, successful in their attitude, successful in their actual growth mindset, successful, financially, or successful socially, or things of that nature, then you start wondering why they even bother. Why aren't they achieving any success in all those disciplines? It's because they lack focus. Follow one course until successful. Because if you don't have focus, this is what's happening. You lack self-discipline. You lack self-respect. You are an imposter everywhere you show up, because by any given, definition of the word, you are always a rookie. You're always at some bottom of some pecking order. And how can you respect yourself if you're always starting? I mean, seriously, how do you respect yourself if nobody comes to you and asks you questions, even if you've had so much years of experience in entrepreneurship? But if you're known for nothing, that hurts, man. So if you lack any discipline and you haven't chosen your path and you haven't remained focused in just one thing, and every week you've got a different portion, every week you've got a different lotion, every week you've got a different solution, do you think people will follow you? Guess what people will do? Their attention span is so low and so limited. They're always focusing on themselves. They will wait until you've figured it out and then, follow you when you're ready. Let me tell you something. The most successful entrepreneurs or coaches or consultants is people that have remained focused on one single topic or skill, often in their entire careers. I mean, examples these days are a little bit blurred. You know what I mean? People would say, okay, how about Elon Musk? He's got 5 different companies. What he focused on is creating something that never exists in the world. If you look at the businesses that he starts, are things that, never exist in the world. That's his focus. Yes, it might be totally different industries or things of that nature, but did that thing ever exist in the world? Or if it did anyone do it to the level that he's doing it from? I mean, yes, NASA was going to space and they went to the moon. Okay, maybe they did. I don't know, but, SpaceX is there. He initiated commercial flights. Look at people like Jeff Bezos. We never had a global shopping place, and voila, there is Amazon. Yes, he's now incorporating so many other, projects and things of that nature and flying to space as well. But guess what? What made him famous, what made him successful was Amazon. Let me tell you something. Most successful entrepreneurs or coaches or consultants, they remained focused on one single topic or skill their entire careers, and they got known for that. Look at Warren Buffett. All he knows is buying and selling companies and buying and selling stocks. I mean, I'm a relative latecomer when it comes to focused work and being in the digital marketing space, but that's all I've ever done ever since I read my head to say this is what I'm now going to be doing. I'm known for helping other people create for and relate to their audience so that they have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And if this is the first time you're hearing this, my Internet Explorer friend, you need to subscribe to this channel because you're missing out. Let me tell you something. By remaining focused to one thing, man, you start building an incredible body of knowledge and work. If you stop by to look at this podcast, I've been at it for the last 5 years or so, and I think we're in season 5 as of this podcast, but I'm not sure by the time you're listening to this, maybe we're doing season 10 or season 12, and each season has 50 episodes that are 30 minutes long. That's work. That's work. Because I've honed in this craft. This is all I ever do. I speak digital marketing. I sleep digital marketing. I'm even teaching my 7-year-old how to start her own business because that's the only thing I have gotten to know how to communicate and talk about. And you might think that's sad, but guess what? Me and my girl are connecting because That's what I want to be doing through and through. Nothing else, nothing more. If I'm going to fail at this, then at least I know I've covered all angles. I haven't just dabbled into this whole game. I mean it, bruh. Did you hear the passion that I dropped? Even my brain knows when I'm talking about digital marketing, we go all in, bruh. I remain focused on this one single thing, one single outcome, the online prosperity blueprint. That's all I am known for. Yes, SEO, yes, email marketing. Those are tactics. Those are small things, the little accessories that we put together in order to create the whole outfit. The accessories that make the whole outfit, the little accessories for success. So by remaining focused on one thing, you will build an incredible body of knowledge and expertise. Then you get known for something. You attract a really large following because it takes time for people to connect. It takes time for people to get engaged with what you're talking about. It takes time for people to care. And guess what? Once the following is there, you might have a few things that you might sell and you can monetize your work effectively. I mean, does that mean you go through your whole life wearing blinkers and ignoring every innovation that comes along? No. I tell you something right now. Every single day that I wake up, somebody has created a platform, a system, a tool, an app that is designed to take my job away. There's AI that can do SEO. There's AI that can do email marketing. There's AI that can do graphic design. There's AI that can do web design. But is there a prosper out there that can help you create a business that's profitable and enjoyable that you can start and stop whenever you feel like? I mean, obviously, yes, you can press the button to stop me from talking. But what I mean is there's only one of me. So does that mean I'm saying don't explore other things? Find out all that you can do and do all that you have found out. That way you'd have a life well lived. That way your wealth, your health, your relationships, all your goals will be 360 because you have touched on just about everything else, but with the main focus of the one thing that you want to be known for. Yes, I may sit down and talk about social media. I may sit down and talk about, web design. I may sit down and talk about other aspects, but I'm writing it from the perspective of how it impacts the online prosperity blueprint, how it impacts my business, how it impacts your business, and how it impacts our relationship in order for me to help you create a business that's profitable and enjoyable and vice versa. I also write about social media. Because it impacts, dealing with the internet. It's part of being an internet explorer. But what we don't do is lose focus on, our core topic, which is that one thing. Let me tell you something. It's by having this one immovable thing that, we're able to filter all the noise out there. Like, there's a time when I actually got myself off of social media, and up until now, I'm not on social media because it's just too much noise from people that know nothing about what they're talking about. And I don't want to be a part of all that nonsense because it's just annoying when you're trying to correct people that don't even care whether what they say today is going to be relevant in the next 10 years because they're going to be doing something totally different. I mean, when you're bombarded with gazillions of shiny objects, shiny innovations, you don't know what to pay attention to. And guess what? If you know where you're going, if you know what you want to achieve, you know what you want to create, it's easy for you to stay relevant on a core particular topic and a skill, and people will seek you out in the sea of Me Too wannabes out there because you have laid down your roots and you are well known for that particular thing. Let me tell you something. When you focus, when you follow one course until successful, it actually streamlines your work and your life. Right now, you know what? I know that I have to wake up at 12 o'clock. I got to do this podcast. At 3 o'clock, I'm probably talking to my clients or my team. And that's my every single day. And the 5 hours in between, I'm reading. It streamlines my work. It streamlines my life. It makes me more efficient and allows me to filter through everything that's irrelevant in my path. I can look at something or a book within 5 seconds and I know whether it's going to help me or not. You know why? Because I know where I'm going. It's like wherever you're going somewhere, you put the address of the destination of where you're going, not where you're at. And then what does that lady keep doing? Hey, turn left, turn left. In its voice and everything else. And that's why there's a lot of accidents, because people are concentrating on that voice because it's telling them where to go. And they haven't got that core GPS inside of them. So they now listen to external GPSs that might actually cause them to create a havoc on the road there. Let me tell you something, man. In my view, mastery of just one skill, one message is a lot more satisfying than trying to dip yourself into a dozen life skills that you're just dabbling on. Do you know what your one thing is? And do you think if you know what that one thing is, you're going to be focused on it for the next 10 years from now? I've done it. This is my first 10-year tenure of being in this business, and I've been doing the same thing throughout, and I can see myself doing it over and over and over again. I already have plans for my 5-year plan because I know I'm going to be growing my net worth, personal net worth, by $250K every single year. And then pretty much what does that create for me? I'm creating a buffer that every 5 years I'm increasing my net worth by 1 million. It's become a game for me. Yes, you might be thinking, if you're increasing it by 250, so that means it's not going to be 1 million. Yes, sometimes we might have a shortfall, or sometimes we might, not really hit the mark, but that 50 becomes a buffer. So the actual goal is 200K every single year, which then creates that, 5-year sort of $1 million mark. I don't know if the math is right. I'm just thinking off my feet right now. But guess what? That's what it is. It's now become a game. Whatever I'm going to do, whatever projects I'm going to create, they just going to be that one thing. So you might be asking, why one thing? Why? Is it not boring to just do the one thing? You came all the way from Africa to just do one thing, man. You are in a world of opportunity. Let me tell you something. You create your own opportunities if you focus on the one thing. It implies that, that one thing implies that you can succeed in anything in life as long as it has got something to do with that one thing. So why not focus on the one thing that becomes the main thing? I mean, obviously, it sounds simple, but if you want to put it into practice, it can be a challenge. That's because we're all quite fickle. We're fickle, beings. We're like a deer in headlights. Any shiny object, we are running for it because we don't want to commit. There's a story about, commitment. If you really want to understand what commitment is, the next time you eat breakfast, and if you're religious enough and don't eat pork, please just listen to what I'm saying. In your breakfast plate, there's probably going to be eggs and bacon, all right, and maybe beans. The egg made a contribution to your breakfast, but the pig committed. You want to touch everything that you're going to be doing in life like a pig. All right? You not in your understanding of the word, but in the context of this story. Commit to excellence. Commit to your 10,000 hours of beating on your craft. I know we tend to lose interest in a lot of things quickly, but guess what? The people that are at the top of the food chain, they didn't let off. And this is because of the modern age that we're living in. Right now I keep looking, my phone is buzzing, people are, tweeting or whatever they're doing, and they think they're communicating with me, but I'm not. I'm talking to you right now on your phone, through this podcast. Our attention span doesn't really help us, does it? You know why? It's a 3-second attention span. We got to do all these things, but if you don't have that one thing that you are known for, guess what? Grand opening, grand closing. But when you look out at the greats throughout history, you begin to understand the power and the focus of one thing. You know what I mean? There's this one thing that I have heard from Bruce Lee. He talks about mastery in this one way. He says, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Oh my God. You can imagine the precision that those Kung Fu warriors have because they've been practicing something 10,000 times. And imagine just one kick. Mastery and success come from pursuing that one thing and doing that one thing for years. You know? Chase that rabbit. Chase one rabbit. Practice one kick 10,000 times. My question to you is, what's your one thing? What is that one thing that you're doing right now? Just ask yourself this question. Don't go past this podcast without answering this question. What is that one thing that you're committed to be doing? And if you know what that one thing, are you still going to be focused on it 10 years from now? I guarantee you the one thing that I'm going to be doing is showing up on this podcast come hell or high water. You will hear that Prosper has died, and his latest episode was the day before he died or hours before he died. That is one thing that I've committed to be doing for the rest of my life. You want to chase one rabbit. You want to practice that one kick 10,000 times. What's the one thing you really want to excel in? What's the one thing you really want to focus all your energy on? What's the one thing that you want to be known for? What's the one thing that you want people to say, you know what? He might not be a good husband. He might not be a good dad, but when he's on the mic, that guy will die on the microphone. What's your one thing? Is it blogging? Is it painting? Is it stock investing? Or is it exercising for you to get in shape, lifting heavy things? What's that one thing, bruh? Is it launching, funnels? What is it? Is that TikTok? Is that Instagram? Is it starting a podcast? Is it you learning a language? Is it you teaching yoga? Is it you teaching health, wealth, or relationships? Is it setting up a community? Is it, what is that one thing? Tell me. Whatever you choose. And you must choose only one thing. And you must make that one thing your priority. You know, and the reason I get back to this is because we all have just a limited amount of energy. We all have 24 hours in a day. How then will you be able to do all those things? You just be dabbling. You know? I mean, seriously, if you focus your energy on one thing, when we were kids, we used to take a magnifying glass and then we'll focus the sun rays on a piece of paper or on grass, and then a fire would come out of that. If you focus a magnifying glass on grass or paper, it burns. What is one thing that you're burning through every single day? Maybe you don't know what to do in order for you to chase your one thing. And maybe you've chosen that one thing, but you don't quite know how to make it a priority. Well, there it is. Make it a priority. Make sure you schedule it in your day every single day. I mean, you brush your teeth every day because it's a priority. If you don't, then, hey, the dentist will have a field day in your mouth. You shower every day, I hope, because otherwise, you know, nobody would want to be around you. It's a priority. Now it's time to carve out some time in your calendar for that one thing. Is it reading? Is it your podcast? What is that one thing that you, no matter what, non-negotiable, you would rather die? It's up there with oxygen. And you want to do it as bad as you want to breathe every single day. And if you make it part of who you are and prioritize it and devote time to it, you, my friend, books will be written about you. Not you writing books, but people will make movies out of what you've created, my friend. And don't just go in and carve out your whole day, because then procrastination kicks in. Start small. When I started reading, you know, when I started with this podcast, I was doing maybe an episode a week. Now I can do an episode every single day, and sometimes 2 episodes a day. Heck, 3 if I'm not busy. When I started reading 30 minutes a day. And then I graduated to 1 hour a day, and then 1.5 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. Now I'm doing 4 to 5 hours every single day. My main goal is to do 8. And it's possible. You know why? Because Warren Buffett reads 8 hours every single day. And if I want to live up to his age with his wheat and, you know, probably some of his money, I better do what he's doing. Because if I'm going in for 5 hours and he's going for 8, then he's 3 hours ahead of me every single day. And in 3 hours, you can do damage, bro. And once you found your thing, you prioritize it, you start small, stay consistent, because your brain is going to try and tell you not to do certain things. But if you stay committed, stay consistent, your brain will be like, oh, wait a minute, this guy, he won't let up. So we might as well go along with it. And the key to sustainable change in anything is time. If you give something time, you become knowledgeable on how to do it. You start gathering more information on how to do it cheaper, better, faster. And the consistency is the only path towards progression. So you want to follow one course until you're successful. And the easiest way to stay consistent is just create an environment that supports your one thing. Every time I walk into my office, I see my microphone. I've got 3 pairs of headphones that are just telling me, hey, you got to be listening to something. Listen to yourself speak. Do a podcast. And once you know your one thing, you need to know how to say no to things that don't matter. There's a lot of offers that come my way. You know why? Because people just want to latch on to what I'm doing. But I know how to say no. No. So figure out what your one thing is. And if you really want to succeed, and my one thing this year is making sure I'm putting out this podcast and turning this podcast into a book. That's it. And that's all I'm focusing my energy on. And when it comes before anything that I do, it comes before even the exercise or my family or anything else, because I've made it a priority. At the end of the day, you just want to start small, create an environment for it, and then go deep and stay the course. Give it all the time and attention that it deserves and watch how far you will go. Let me tell you something. The key, of course, is to stick with it over time. And that, my friend, you start respecting yourself. And when you respect yourself, the world will take notice. Life will take notice. Opportunities will start throwing themselves at you. I don't know what you're going to do with this information, but I want you to focus on one thing. Find that thing and do it like your life depends on it, because it does. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the Live Long Digital community. Become a Live Long Digital community member today. This community is for ambitious entrepreneurs and small business owners with the drive to take control of the future of their businesses and achieve huge success without stress and overwhelm. As you heard, Prosper can help you by teaching you marketing strategies that work. So look no further than the Live Long Digital community of entrepreneurs and highly successful business owners. Join our community today. Find us on www.community.livelongdigital.com.au. Network with other driven entrepreneurs and find the expert guidance you need to take your business to the next level. www.community.livelongdigital.com.au